Hello, Somerset Villas owners. This is Joe Burden, and this video is going to help you through phase one of the Altieri supplemental claim process. So as you are all probably aware by now, your association has received a preliminary adjuster's report that is based on an inspection by the carrier's adjuster. They spent about 30 minutes inside your unit trying to document as much as they could in relation to the coverages associated with the National Flood Insurance Program master flood coverage your association has. So your association has those reports. They've been reviewed. The adjusters did a really good job. They very much were an advocate for both you and the association. But we also have learned that there are errors and omissions in this report that we need to engage owners on to correct these in preparation for submitting a supplemental claim, which will be the association's proof of loss. So that is the process we're now embarking on. I strongly suggest that you read the email that was sent at least 2 times. It'll walk you through the attachments in this email. And then this video is going to walk you through how to complete phase one. Keep in mind, phase one will be 2 phases now. Phase one, we are only focusing on 5 of the most common errored areas. So we're going to be looking at flooring. We're going to be looking at cabinetry and vanities, countertops, bathrooms, and appliances. That's really all we're focused on. So what you're seeing today are just those items. There will be a point in phase 2 where we will discuss and share with you other items related to reconstruction, things like painting the walls, trim, texturing walls, built-ins, etc. And also in phase 2 is when you'll have the ability to supply any documentation in the event that what you're paying to restore these things are more than what the preliminary adjuster has put on the report. And we would expect that to be the case quite often, as the numbers on the reports that we have are basically pre-hurricane numbers based on data at that time. So I'm going to get into this with you. So you should have gotten with this email some attachments. Okay. The first attachment, and I'm going to share my screen here with you. Okay, so the first attachment you see here is the instructions on what to do here. So I'm going to go over that with you real quick, okay? So you also would have received a notes document that's attached to this, okay? As well as a unit report document. So basically the unit report document is going to reflect each room and then those items that we're focused on. So your unit report will be titled with your unit number on there. It'll probably say Somerset Villas and then your address and street name. But on the notes document, that's what you're going to complete. You want to make sure that you fill in your name, address, unit number, and phone number at the top of that document, okay? So it's going to look a little bit like this. So you're going to complete these sections here, okay? Now, depending on what the preliminary adjuster report said, you may have gotten one of 2 different versions of the note document. You either got a version A or a version B, okay? So, and it says it, you'll see, it'll say notes document A or notes document B. Document A, pretty simple. You're going to fill out your name, address, phone number, email address. You're going to answer these 2 questions, okay? And then you're going to proceed room by room, documenting any changes. So let's say, for instance, you get to your living room section. And on that living room section, it notes that you had carpeting, but you know you didn't have carpeting, okay? You had, let's say, luxury vinyl plank tile, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to type in living room. And the notes you're going to put here is that flooring was luxury vinyl blank tile, not carpet, okay? So real simple there. Let's say you got to your kitchen and it said something like D/R, okay? D/R, countertops, granite countertops. That means detach and reset. Detach and reset means that they're going to take the countertops off and save them, and then they're going to reset them once you get your new countertops. We know that was not the case for many of you, and some adjusters did write countertops in as D/R. What you really want there is a notation that says R/R, remove and replace, because there is coverage for those countertops. So if that's the case and you have D/R granite countertops for your kitchen, you're gonna and you don't have your countertops to put back in your kitchen, you're gonna go in here and you're gonna type in kitchen for this room, and you're gonna type in need new granite countertops. Okay, so that's gonna be basically the what you're going to do for every room, and that's going to be applicable to, let's say, your bathroom. Let's say in your bathroom it says D/R toilet. Okay, detach and reset. If your toilet is not salvageable, you don't have it in your unit, or it was broken at some point in remediation, you're going to type in room name, you're going to type in master bathroom, and you're going to type in need new toilet. Okay, so keep that in mind as you go through this. The other couple of things that you want to pay attention to on this note, on this instructions document, is there are different levels of quality associated with flooring and cabinetry for the most part. Okay, so there's 4 different grades of flooring. Okay, anywhere from standard to average to high, premium, and deluxe. Right? It is very possible that the adjuster had no idea what type of carpeting you had in your living room because it was already removed. So it may just be blank. It may just say carpet with no explanation beside it. That means average. If you know that you had a high end or a premium or even a deluxe end carpet, what you want to do is note that on your form. So you'll type in under that living room section on the notes page, you're going to type in my carpet was premium carpet or high grade carpet. Okay, the same is going to apply to cabinets. You're going to see that as well. If you had custom cabinets and you get to your kitchen and it says lower cabinets, remove and replace, and it doesn't have a qualifier or it says standard or something, go ahead and type in that you had custom cabinets so we can make sure to note that, as there's a higher level of proceeds for these like and kind replacements. So keep that in mind. Okay. Section number 4 talks about the R&R and D&R. So I already went over that. The other thing is, when you get into your bathrooms, make sure you pay close attention to how they're defining your showers or bathtubs. Okay. Some of you may have had a walk-in shower. Okay. A walk-in shower is not going to have a tub in it. It's going to have a shower set, and that room is going to probably require remediation of at least 2 or 4 feet of tile in the shower. So if you don't see notations to that effect, then please make sure you correct that on the form, the notes form that we gave you. So as much information as you can give us, but only related to these 5 areas. We are not focusing yet on other areas. We're not looking at interior doors or trim or painting or anything like that. It is strictly these 5 areas on this form. So that is if you have note A. If you have note B, the only change is you've got a couple of more questions here that you need to answer. In Somerset Villas, because you're such a large property, different units had different levels of water intrusion. So there were different levels of remediation that was done throughout the community. And based on the adjuster's report, we want to make sure that we've noted that correctly so we can check that against the bill from the remediation contractor. So if you got a notes B section, and only if you got a notes B, you're going to fill in these questions. It's going to ask you, was drywall cut out of your unit? Yes or no? If yes, what height was the drywall removed? The answer to this question is either going to be 2 foot or 4 foot, okay? 2 foot or 4 foot only. And then what rooms, or were they removed in every room? Yes or no? And if no, elaborate on what rooms they were removed in, okay? Again, if you got a notes A, then it is assumed that there was somewhat of an extensive remediation in your unit. So you are not getting this notes B. Only the people whose adjuster's reports showed a lower level of remediation are we asking you to fill out Form B. And we're only sending you A or B depending on what the adjuster report said. So please answer these questions carefully if you're in one of those two sections, okay? Now, when you're done with your notes page, this is important. You have to get that back to Altieri, and you're going to do that by saving it as Somerset, your building address, and you all don't have a unit number, and that's fine. So basically, you're going to save it as Somerset 8894 Bristol Bend, okay? So basically, or actually what they're asking is, and that's okay, because it may say this, sorry for the confusion. On your report, it may say you are unit left, okay? So you can put that in there as well. But the key is your address, okay? And your street name. Please make sure you include your street name. So Somerset 8980 Bristol Bend. And if on your report it says left unit or middle unit or right unit, you can include that too. But what's really important is your full address right here. Okay. So what you'll do when you're done is, here's your notes page. You're going to go up here. You're going to do a save as. Bear with me here for a second. Slow computer. And you're going to type in Somerset 8980 Bristol Bend left unit. Okay. And then you're going to save that. All right. And then, as instructed, you're going to take that document and you're going to email it to altieriinsuranceconsultants.com. All right. So send it to him. They are going to take some time to collect this information, and then we will move into phase 2. So if you have questions, you can email me, jburden@lexingtoncountryclub.com. If for some reason you're having trouble with the electronic forms, if you want to come to the front desk during office hours, they can give you a manual copy of all this, and you can complete this by hand and turn them back into them. Also, just so you know, okay, and this is important, it is possible that you end up writing a lot of things in this notes column, okay? If, for instance, you can't see all of the text, that is okay. Continue to type, okay? It'll let you keep typing, but if you filled up the box, you may not be able to see everything that you typed unless you scroll down. That's okay. Altieri will be able to see that, okay? I suggest, though, that you try to keep your notes somewhat succinct. We want the information, but it's really preliminary at this point. So just kind of keep it short and sweet in describing the changes to the report. Okay. So hopefully this will help you get through this phase 1 process. And just so you know, it's going to take us a couple of days to get all of these emails out, and we'll probably do it street by street. So if you know somebody else in Somerset that tells you tomorrow that they got an email about phase 1 and you haven't gotten your email yet, that's okay. It'll probably be sometime early next week until we get all of these out. But just remember, we need phase 1 done by Friday, May the 5th. Friday, May 5th, we need these all in. Okay, good luck, everybody. Hopefully this should take you no more than 10 or 15 minutes, and then we can get moving on to phase 2. Have a good day.